Mumbai, often known as a city of dreams. But for our today's guest, Mumbai has always been a museum. Heritage evangelist Bharat Ghotaskar is a mechanical engineer and then worked as a marketing professional. He always got fascinated with old buildings and started researching more about it. Today, he has turned this passion to help people uncover the hidden stories behind the structures by taking them on a heritage walk. So, what inspired him to start these walks, and how does it feel to look at Mumbai from his lens? Let's find out in Out of Office.
In my view, Mumbai is like an open air museum. And the sad part is, most people will go to Delhi, they'll go to London, they will go to Paris, and will appreciate the heritage there, but don't look at their own city as if something that has a historical background, has heritage and a rich history. So that is when it came to my mind that we need to actually start working towards giving information about this city. And the best way, I thought, was to start heritage walks. I was actually traveling through a very congested part of Mumbai called Bhuleshwar, and my car was stuck. My driver was not able to move the car further, and I couldn't appreciate the architecture which was around. So I wanted to just stick my neck outside, have a look at what is the environment, appreciate the architecture, soak in everything, which I thought a air-conditioned car doesn't allow you to do. So the best way to do was to start heritage walks. It took us almost 4 years after this concept for the first heritage walk to take place, which only started sometime in 2015. Where we are sitting right now, where I am sitting right now, is a very interesting location. So what you see right behind me is a piao, or a water fountain, an old-fashioned water fountain, which was meant for human beings as well as for animals. So bullocks as well as horses is what they would drink water from this straw that you see right here, and water would come out of this lion face where human beings would drink from. But this is a very interesting location. This is a location called the Bombay Green, and Bombay Green in a lot of ways is the core from where the city of Mumbai has evolved. If you see the banyan tree which is right next to us, probably somewhere here was born the oldest stock exchange in Asia. So what we see today as Bombay Stock Exchange just across, a few traders came together more than probably 160 years ago under a banyan tree. Could be this banyan tree, but we can't be very sure. And that is where the whole story of Bombay Stock Exchange started from. What common man is looking for is stories. And when you tell stories related to a building, the building comes out alive and makes it relevant to people, right? So that's what my whole emphasis was. I thought somebody will do it someday. I waited probably for more than a decade, right? And there's a saying in Marathi that Shivaji Bhava pan Shezarcha Gharat. You want somebody else to do it, but you don't want to do it. So one day I said enough is enough. I think so I should conduct walks in the city, and they were all free walks. I didn't expect the kind of response that we got, right? Initial walks, there were 20-25 people coming. In course of time, one of the walks got 100 people. Then it crossed to 203. And we have 60 different public walks in Mumbai, in one city. Another 30 are on the annual. I don't think so any other walking tour company in the world would have as many walks in a single city, which happen on a regular basis, right? So that's something to note. Attracting people to my walks was not very difficult. One of the main reasons is there is not much to do in the city. People always keep on saying that I can only take my friends to malls, or I can take them to cinema theaters. What else to do? We have proved them wrong by creating almost 60 walks in the city. There is so much to see in this city. So don't say that there is not enough for you to do. What is critical is not only to collect information, but put it in a system in a way that it is easily retrievable. Information is not everything. Finally, converting this information into something that is simple for people to understand and making it magical, so that it is memorable for times to come. So one thing is interaction with people, that is very, very critical. You need to talk to a lot of people, create a network, and identify experts who can give you the right knowledge. But most importantly, don't take any knowledge at face value, right? Many a times I've realized that even articles in newspapers can be misleading because they are written with a deadline in mind, and all information might not be true. So you have to go to contemporary sources at that point of time to understand what is truth. Talking about newspapers, we are just outside right now. The oldest surviving newspaper in Asia, yeah, which is Mumbai Samachar, yeah, and it will be completing 200 years next year. So very, very important site at the location we are. By curating, conducting, training other people to conduct walks, I think so. My viewpoint towards the city, towards the country, towards the world has changed. And many a times, thanks to many videos that are created, many walks that we conduct, people walk up to me in crowded places saying, "I saw you in that video," and or I was given an exam and there was a question, and I saw XYZ video of yours and I could answer that question. Now, this is very heartening to see that you are reaching out to people who normally would have considered history to be boring. And here we are making it relevant almost to the level of making them history fans. So that change, when people believe that it was their most boring subject, to making it interesting for them, I think so is the biggest achievement that I could have done. So today we are in a place which is known as the Horniman Circle, and you can see on all sides that there are Horniman Circle buildings, 8 of them, and this is mini London for you. So in 1860s, the governor of Mumbai decided that he wanted to create a mini London, and what you see here are the kind of buildings which are reminiscent of the Victorian London. All the buildings are curvilinear all along the garden that you see. The most important part is, if you have been to London, there's a place called Park Crescent, and this resembles it to a great extent. Even the railings that you see, the gates that you see in the Horniman Circle Gardens are reminiscent of the Kensington Palace Gardens in London. So today we are at the historic Asiatic Society, or what the building is known as originally is the Town Hall. And this is one of the earliest grand structures in the city, almost 2 centuries old. The steps that you are seeing right now are historically very important, because after the first War of Independence in 1857, there was a Queen's Declaration which was read out right from these steps, which declared that India won't be anymore ruled by the East India Company, but directly by the Crown.